In D&D, most druids channel the balance of nature. This build takes the mood-shifting essence of Cancer and mixes it with Eladrin's shifting. So we have the shifting of moods with the shifting of seasons and the shifting of spells in the battlefield. We get fiery summer storms, spring blossoms, brooding autumn's shadows, and winter's icy calm. As a Sea Druid, this character commands the seas, storms, and rain to protect allies, lash out at enemies, and ride the emotional waves of battle. If you've ever wanted a character whose moods shape the battlefield, this is the build for you. Challenge for you. I dare you to go try out the Dungeons & Dragons Lovers community for one day. Go check it out, see what it's about. If you don't feel like you got value out of that choice in the first 24 hours, go ahead and message me. Say, yo Sage, you're an idiot, and then you can leave. But that's not gonna happen because I guarantee you're going to find something there that is awesome. Whether it be resources you don't have, both official and non-official. One of our members does art for the other members, and another one of the members does STL files so you can 3D print your minis. I'm telling you, it's so cool. Come check it out. Link in the description down below. See you there. Back to the build. So we're talking about Cancer, the Zodiac sign. Now, when I was doing my research on Cancer, it basically all comes down to emotions. All their pros are emotions. They're intuitive, they're caring, they understand where people are coming from. And on the bad side, they're moody. You know, you never know. They're like a storm. Sometimes they're gonna be calm and relaxed, and like the ocean is calm and relaxed. And other times they're freaking tidal waves. So that's what I wanted to be core to this character, is that your emotions are your center. You change based on emotions. And the second I thought of that, Eladrin popped into my head. By being an Eladrin, you get to choose one of the seasons. So based off your mood, your season changes and some of the mechanics change with you. So when you're feeling hopeful, affectionate, or playful, you're probably spring. This is when you've come out of your crab shell and you're sharing yourself with the world. When you're fiery, exuberant, passionate, that's when summer comes out. This is your forward-moving energy. It's when the sun is shining the brightest. It's intense, but it's beautiful. If you're nostalgic, brooding, or yearning for something, that's when autumn comes in. It's more of a descending flavor where the mood's going from up to down. And if you're detached, protective, or resigned, you're probably in your winter form. And this form also represents the crab shell. Now, Cancer is represented by the crab, which gives us a couple things. One, they have a hard outside and a soft inside, and they grab onto things really tightly. They get really bonded to things. They get really clingy, you might say. What else can guide us about playing Cancer? Well, their astral body is the moon. So anything we can do with moon-oriented stuff, we're gonna go ahead and do. Now, we could go Moon Druid, but I didn't feel good about that direction. Probably because I did a Moon Druid pretty recently. You could do something where you shift to different animals based on your mood, but I went a different direction for this. We're also a water sign, so anywhere we can find to add water to our build, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And sometimes that's more or less. The element plays more or less into these Zodiac builds, and this one, it played a huge part. I went with Sea Druid. Not just because it's a water sign and sea, but because Druid really has the most when it comes to these Hydromancer spells, so we get to take a ton of those here. A lot of fun. As for our background, I went Farmer. Not many feats really matter to us, so just having extra health is gonna be great. And I really like the idea that because we're a shelled creature, or represented by a shelled creature, that defense is important to us. And that begins here by having more HP, we're gonna die slower. That's what we call defense. For stats, we get to go point by. Thank goodness. Gosh, doing these deep builds, you get kind of sick of standard array, man. So point by. Strength, 8. Dexterity, 14. Constitution, 15 plus 1. Intelligence, 8. Wisdom, 15 plus 2. And Charisma, 10. I wanted a little bit more charisma on this build because I feel like Cancers are just good with people. So that's a little bit represented here. As for our class path, no multi-classing. I'm just going straight Sea Druid. We're gonna be doing 12 levels to match the 12 Zodiac signs. Level 1, we're gonna be going Warden. Warden's going to let us use medium armor and a shield. That means more AC. We have a stronger, harder shell. Great. As for our skills, I took Insight and Survival. I felt like Insight in particular was very Cancer. They understand people's emotions. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about our spellcasting philosophy. I think there's really 3 reasons I'm going to take a spell as a Cancer. One is going to be to represent my shell, something protective. Unfortunately, druids don't have a ton of that, but absorb elements is one that comes to mind. Number 2 is going to be emotion-based spells. Charm Person is an example. Again, druids don't have a ton of these, but we're going to pick it up where we find it. Finally, Sea. It's going to be either moon or water-based spells. Something like Moonbeam or Tidal Wave are perfect for this build. And it just turns out, since we're a druid, water-based spells is going to be by far the majority of what we're doing. So here's my list. Gust, Starry Wisp, Charm Person, Absorb Elements, and Create or Destroy Water. Level 2, we get Wild Shape and Wild Companion. These are going to be good for scouting. We're not going to use them for much else, I imagine. Level 3, we become Circle of the Sea. It's going to come with Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Ray of Frost, Shatter, and Thunder Wave. Solid spell list there. As for our style, we're going to keep our distance. Even though we have this neat little feature called Wrath of the Sea that smacks people who are in basically melee distance from us, we're not going to be going in melee distance. We are more sensitive than that. We have a soft inside. We don't want to die. So we're going to keep our distance, be a spellcaster, and we're going to use Wrath of the Sea defensively. It's going to be our shell. When people pressure us, Wrath of the Sea might push them away as a bonus action, do a fair amount of damage, and give us that much needed distance. Between Tough, Warden, and Wrath of the Sea, we have a fairly decent shell. Another spell to mention here that doesn't come from our spell list is Moonbeam. Again, to represent the lunar attachment that Cancers have. Level 4, I thought about this one for a while. I went with Fey Touched because we get to pick up Silvery Barbs. And here's the thing, because we're insightful as Cancers, we also can read people's emotions and know the exact words to say to really get under their skin. And I wanted that represented somewhere, and I thought Silvery Barbs does a pretty good job of that. We also get Misty Step, which it might not be in theme, but it's a good spell. At level 5, we get Wild Resurgence, which is fine. I doubt we'll be using it that often, but what we're really excited about is our new spells. We get Lightning Bolt and Water Breathing from the class, which are fine, but the ones that really excite me are Wall of Water and Tidal Wave. I feel like those are going to be such staple spells that we're going to be using all the time. Level 6, we get Aquatic Affinity. We get a swim speed and a marginally bigger emanation. Overall, not a very good level. It's fine, but not great. Level 7, where you get Elemental Fury, we're going to be going with the potent spellcasting version of this because we're not using any weapons. This is a good level for a Hydromancer. Usually I find 4th level spells to be a pretty weak level, but for a Hydromancer, these stand out. You got Control Water, Ice Storm, Summon Elemental, specifically the water version, and Watery Sphere, which I think is probably the standout here. Yeah, I really like level 4 spells for Hydromancers. Level 8, we're going to be taking a Wisdom bump. Wisdom it's the druid thing to take. Alright, come 5th level spells, we get Conjure Elemental, and we get Hold Monster, both of those from our subclass, and neither of them really stand out to me as all that good. Personally, Maelstrom is the standout spell for me here. Really excited to pick that one up and give it a shot. Level 10, we get Stormborn, which is Flight. So yeah, Concentrationless Flight is amazing, and we got that here. We also get 3 resistances. Usually you get 1 or 2. 3's really not bad at all. Those will come up sometimes, and they will be impactful when they do. And when they don't matter, they don't matter. Finally, at level 12, we're going to bump Constitution for both health points and our concentration saves. You know, now that I'm at the tail end of this build, I'm thinking about what am I most excited about with this build, and the answer I came up with doesn't match my build 100%, and I'll kind of explain why. What I'm most excited about is that every day we're changing our form based on our moods. Like, we might be an Eladrin summer one day and then winter the next, but what I didn't mention, and I really should have, and what I didn't even think about until just now, is change your whole spell list based off the season you're in. Change it all to match what you're feeling that day. If you're feeling, you know, wintry and you're a little bit in your shell, maybe take more ice spells to represent that. I don't know. I think that's really cool with a lot of potential. Maybe when you're in summer, it's more about movement, forward moving energy, and you're taking things like freedom of movement. Just some ideas. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited about with this build, is getting into the emotion of playing with this character who is so emotional. Like, let logic go and let your feelings just lead everything. Sounds fun to me. And that's it for Cancer. Next up, we're gonna have Leo, the Lion build. Excited for that one. If you guys are too, don't forget to subscribe. And go check out the Dungeons & Dragons Lovers community. It's awesome. Seriously, it's awesome, and there's free stuff there. I made a casino for it. You guys can go have it for free. Just chat with us a little bit. All right, I think that's it. Love you guys. Peace.